Hello and greetings, beautiful people. I am Diane Cox and welcome back to my channel, Moonfire Magic. And I'm doing a one card wonder for September 25. And I'm using these, okay, the Herbal Astrology Deck, just one card. Look what it says on the inside. You are medicine. I love these cards. I'm still getting to know them, but Adriana Ayales, well done you. Brilliant deck of very interesting cards. I've already shuffled and I've already picked the card because I wanted because I'm still learning them, I didn't want to be reading out of a book. I wanted to be able to talk to you about the card that came up for September 2025, and look at this. There's several things I like about these cards. So we have Mugwort, Psychic Healing, okay, and then we have Artemis with her owl, and Artemisa, and at the top there you can see these symbols of the moon and Neptune, which are the planets associated with this card. And it's all very interesting because obviously Neptune is retrograde in Aries. And then we have the moon itself. And I should have really checked where the moon was today, but hey, it will be changing in the next 2.5 days. So here we have the card Mugwort and Psychic Healing. I really do like this card. Well, I like all of the cards. I love the artwork. Look at the phases of the moon and the lovely wise owl there. Okay, so basically we have here the card is obviously suggesting and guiding you to your own psychic awareness, intuitiveness, psychic healing, and what it basically asks you to do, this card, it's about being in the dream world, being in the liminal space. It is about being because it's Neptune and it's the moon, it's about being connected. It's about foresight, clairvoyance, psychic. I always kind of interchange with the word intuitive, highly intuitive, deeply intuitive. So this card is asking you to be really in tune with your psychic intuitive self, and I think last month there was a very similar kind of vibe, so it is ongoing like the planets are at the moment. If you are, I don't really use these cards reversed, they can be used reversed, and the message if they're reversed would be is there something that you're deceiving yourself about? Is there something that you are just like living in an illusion about? Is there something that you're finding difficult to basically focus on and be honest about? It can be showing deception, disillusion, because it's Neptune, okay? So, and on the other hand, you've got the moon, the caring, nurturing aspect of the moon, the highly intuitive qualities of the moon. And of course, the moon is often, especially in tarot, related to the deep unconscious and the what we fear in our subconscious, what pulls us, what magnetizes us, but also obviously all the lovely things about the moon. The moon is the mind, it's the past, and so this card is about. So it's showing Artemis, the goddess of the moon, and her lovely wise owl here. So we're thinking of 2025 September. And Artemis is a herb, which is the mugwort. Mugwort is the Artemis family. Is a herb that is highly protective. Okay. So we're looking at protection in September 2025. And it's the classic, wonderful, like this woman really looks like a witch in her element in the garden. It's the classical. So Artemis will protect from evils in the old ways and in the modern ways. The vibe of unfriendly spirits, evil spirits, dark entities, parasitic entities. Anything that is just sucking you dry, that kind of, in the old days it was considered, and the modern days, to basically protect you from hexes, from those who didn't mean you well. Okay, so this card is about, so the mugwort will protect you from darker vibrations, but also it's encouraging, I think, with this card myself and what it says in the book about using your own higher consciousness. So tuning into your highest vibration, your highest good, not allowing those darker entities, those thoughts, those actions, other people's energy to infest you, or don't allow them to kind of infect you, and just to kind of keep it all at bay. Protect yourself, keep your psychic energies in the light, focused on the good, focus on what works, focus on the kind, the compassionate, everything that is beautiful, what the moon represents, the nurturing, the caring, again, the kind, it represents the feminine kind of embracing. Let me embrace you here, okay? It represents the feminine embracing, and the good things of the mind, having a good memory, remembering what people like, what they like to eat, what they like to talk about. It's that kind of really, that deep listening mode of really feeling like you're being heard. Okay, so this is for September 2025. Protection, mugwort, Artemisa, and then we've got the owl here. I think the owl does have a name, but I've forgotten what the owl's name actually is. So the owl medicine is, again, owls can see in the dark what most can't, and they move silently and magically. They can see things with their own specific, again, talented eyes and gifts. So they can swoop in the dark. They can sit and see things. So what this is suggesting is, have a look at what's in your own darkness this month. Have a look at any kind of shadow stuff, what is looming in your life that needs bringing into the light. And it's not a kind of woo scary thing. It's like, okay, I'm healing, I'm moving forward, I'm going on. What else can I find as I look around my own shadow stuff, or my own darkness, my own inner crypt, so to speak? What is in the underworld? Because that's what it is. This card is also related to the underworld. The underworld is the unconscious. What else needs to come up? What needs to be brought to the surface to carry on my healing, to carry on my work, to carry on allowing my light to shine, to carry on? What else needs cleaning? What else needs bringing into the light and being released with love? Okay, and this card is also about Artemis guiding you. So using the either the herb mugwort, or if you have Artemis in your garden, you can, it's very easy to come by. This also suggests that Artemis herself is guiding you, is helping you, to call on the goddess and go, oh great Artemis, I ask for you to help guide me through my own shadow, my own darkness, to cleanse and purge and bring up that which is going to be beautiful and wonderful and move forward. My own psychic knowing. You could also use this month to actually get in touch more with your intuition, and more doing more work in the dream world, in lucid dreaming. Okay, so mugwort does give you strength to work with these aspects of self, the darker, the shadow, the intuitive self that might be being a little bit, how would we put it, a little bit stubborn, you know. I always say with the shadow self, give the shadow something to do, incorporate it into yourself, give the shadow something to do, because that's what it's always wanting. That's why it causes, you know, jolts in the personality, the character, and all kind of comes up at unexpected times, because it's just going, give me something to do, please, you know, give me something to get my teeth into. And so Artemis is helping this month for you to go, okay, let me look deep into myself. You know, she's guiding you through this space from one phase to the next. So this is often a card that it's like, okay, we're like I say, in the liminal space, we're in between worlds almost. We're in between like one phase and the other phase. It's a bit like a void moon, you know. I've got all these notifications coming up because there's whales in the bay. How delightful. I've just seen a load of pigs on the way. I've been for a little drive, and there's these 2 mummy pigs, and there's about 12 piglets walking around this little farm area. It was very, very sweet to see. Pigs, we're talking about owls, we're talking about Artemis. So yeah, basically Artemis will give you strength to get through, you know, from this one phase. It's like a rebirthing. It's the whole thing about this year, death and rebirth. It's like, okay, there's this to be let go of, then there's this almost like a, like say, void moon space while it moves between constellations, and it's not in one or the other, and it's kind of in this like chaotic space. This is what you can think of this as this month, and how to just, you know, move on and give you strength that, you know, you're not lost. It might feel dark to you. It might feel, you might be in a space where you think, wow, this is really quite challenging. And I think a lot of people are actually, you know, a lot of people are in a very challenging space. Again, I said this last month, you are not lost. Do not give up. The darkest hour is always before the dawn. So just keep going, keep plodding on with what you're plodding on with, keep walking forward, keep trusting, have faith in yourself, have faith in the great universe, the great eternal cosmos, have faith that you are a miracle, you're a walking miracle, you are wonderful and beautiful and talented and skilled, and you have so much support from the unseen world. Just tune in to your spiritual entourage, the angelic force, whatever energy that you feel drawn to and has always kind of been there for you, and anything that you know, a deity, a figure, a god, a goddess, whatever you're drawn to, just keep it close by this month. You know, have a picture up and just keep, or even get a picture of Artemis up herself and go, okay. So one thing that it says in the book that I really like that's associated with this card is confront that which is unworthy of your devotion. Isn't that a lovely sentence? Confront that which is unworthy of your devotion. So stop giving things time, attention, money, love, whatever, if it's just like not ever kind of being recognized, acknowledged, and, you know, just kind of, you know, someone going, thanks for that. So just stop giving too much away. I mean, I know we're all there to give love and to share our love and whatever. I think can't even imagine how many times I've said this on these videos. My mantra always used to be love conquers all. When I was younger, love conquers all. Just love people, love yourself, love people, and everything will be okay. Well, of course, the universe thought that was hilarious, so it let me go on with that for a while until I kind of learned that that actually wasn't the case. And some people, you know, I remember I was a manageress of a health farm, as we used to call them, a spa, and, you know, I just had this great, lovely, love everyone, be kind to everyone, and then of course you find out that some people that will then just take the piss and think that they can just walk all over you. That's when the shadow comes in very useful, because, you know, the shadow goes, excuse me, I love what my shadow does, because, you know, I'm a kind-hearted person, and then you always come across people who will like I say, try and take advantage of that, and then my dark shadow side goes, wait a minute, hold on a minute. It's like, I don't think so. People are always surprised when that comes out, so it's great, wonderful protection. So I love that sentence in the book. Confront that which is unworthy of your devotion. And then it says, eradicate destructive forces. Now, wow, isn't that just like a massive, huge range? Self-destructive, word destructive, thought destructive, physically destructive, spiritually destructive, mentally, emotionally destructive. Eradicate that destruction, because as is that lovely phrase, whatever people do, whoever people hurt, the person they hurt the most is themselves. So, you know, let's go through September, upping your own game and letting those fall by the wayside that really have either destructive words or actions or thoughts or, like I say, whatever towards you, or drop those yourself. If you're on a path of self-discovery, spirituality, self-realization, drop it, you know, immediately. It has no kind of wishing other people destruction in any way, shape or form. Will only find its way back to you, and, you know, the karmic repercussions really aren't worth it. So, and then another thing it says, which I'll end off with today, is pay attention to signs and symbols that basically lead you to the light. So while you're going through this transitionary stage from one state of being to another state of being, while you're in this in-between space, just look out for the signs and symbols during September 2025. Just look out for them and just go, okay, just, you know, you can ask your entourage, you know, just give me a sign, give me a symbol, something that means something to you, whether it's a red butterfly or a white feather or a certain word that you might see on a billboard, an advertising board. You might hear it on a radio program or see it on the television. Just something that basically confirms, or some strange conversation where somebody says something to you that you think, oh crikey, I can't believe that person's just said that, you know. So I think 2025 September, tune in to yourself. Don't be afraid to let go of what isn't serving you. Don't be afraid to let go of other people who are not serving you and uplifting you and acknowledging you and seeing what your worth is. Allow Artemis to guide you from one state of being to the next state of being, okay? And just really be tuned into that intuitive, instinctive self. Think about the owl flying through the night sky, hooting on the top of a tree, just looking down and seeing the big picture. And like I said, and like it says in this card, you're not lost, you are not alone, just keep going. The darkest hour is before dawn. So here's to a really therapeutic, cleansing, shifting, transitionary September 2025. I hope you like that card. I hope you like this deck, Adriana Ayala's beautiful, beautiful deck. And this fantastic thing there, I love that. You are the medicine. Wow. Fantastic. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm going to be back soon with another video. So big love to you. Have a glorious month and see you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.